All right, so today we're taking a deep dive into Jack Canfield's The Success Principles.
Yeah, the Success Principles.
This book, it's packed with wisdom, and it's not just about, climbing the corporate ladder.
Right.
It's about designing a life that you truly love.
Absolutely. And Canfield's approach is so fascinating.
Yeah.
He presents these success principles as a combination lock.
Okay.
And each principle is like a number in the combination.
Mhm.
You need all the numbers in the right order to unlock your full potential.
It's a great analogy. It's not about just picking and choosing the principles that you like.
Yeah.
It's about understanding how they all work together.
Yeah.
And one of the most foundational principles, I think, is taking 100% responsibility for your life.
Yeah. That's a big one. It can feel heavy at first, but it's actually really empowering.
Right?
When you realize that you have the power to shape your own outcomes.
Exactly. And he has this simple formula: event plus response equals outcome.
E plus RO.
E plus R is O. It reminds me of Stoic philosophy, focusing on what you can control.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we get so caught up in the events that we forget we have a choice in how we respond.
That's so true. And Canfield uses this great example of the Northridge earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
The earthquake itself was the same event for everyone, but it was their responses that determined their outcomes.
Some people saw devastation and got stuck. Others saw opportunity in the rebuilding process.
Exactly.
It's not about denying the challenges, but choosing how we respond to them.
And that's the key, isn't it?
When you think about your own life, where have you felt most stuck?
That's a good question. I think for a lot of us, it's about our reactions to events.
Yeah.
We get caught up in the story we tell ourselves rather than focusing on what we can actually do.
And those stories can be fueled by what Canfield calls yellow alerts.
Oh, yeah. Yellow alerts. Those are important.
Little warning signs that something might be off track.
It could be a gut feeling about a project or feedback from a friend.
Yeah. Have you ever ignored a yellow alert? Like really hard?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Been there, done that.
We all have. It's like
Yeah.
hitting the snooze button.
But eventually you have to wake up and face the music.
And sometimes that wake-up call comes in the form of failure.
Which isn't always a bad thing.
This is where Canfield's idea of failing forward comes in.
Yes. Failing forward. Love that concept.
It takes the sting out of failure.
Yeah.
It's not about celebrating failure,
Right.
but seeing it as part of the learning process.
What were some of those big failures for you?
Oh, gosh. So many. Early in my career, I completely bombed a presentation.
Oh, no.
I was so mortified. But looking back, it taught me so much about preparation and self-compassion.
It's amazing how those failures can become turning points.
Yeah. And Canfield shares a story about a research scientist who attributed his success to making more mistakes than anyone else.
Wow.
He saw each experiment, even the ones that failed, as a stepping stone to a breakthrough.
It's about that relentless pursuit of knowledge.
And not being afraid to make mistakes along the way.
It reminds me of the story of Janice Stanfield, the musician who dreamed of a record deal. And when she was rejected, she could have given up. But she realized what was truly important to her was using her music to inspire people.
So she found another way to achieve her goal.
Exactly.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes what feels like a failure is actually a redirection.
Redirection, I like that.
Canfield also talks about the power of visualization.
Now, this might sound a bit woo-woo,
Yeah.
but there's actually science behind it. It's about creating a vivid mental picture of what you want.
And feeling the emotions that go along with it.
Yes. You've used visualization, right?
Absolutely. But Canfield ties it to action.
Right?
It's not about just sitting around and waiting for things to happen.
So how have you used visualization to actually propel yourself forward?
For me, it's about creating that clear mental picture and then feeling those emotions.
Yeah.
It's like creating a movie in my mind.
I love that.
And the more senses I can engage, the more real it feels.
And the more real it feels to your brain, the more it starts to believe it's possible.
Exactly. Canfield talks about the brain not distinguishing between vividly imagining something and actually doing it.
Isn't that wild?
So if I'm picturing myself winning an Olympic gold medal, my brain thinks it's actually happening.
Well, in a way, yes. Of course, visualization alone won't get you there.
Right.
But it trains your brain for success.
Yeah.
It helps you recognize opportunities and make better decisions.
It reminds me of the story about Peter Vidmar, the Olympic gymnast.
Oh, yeah.
He visualized his entire routine countless times before the competition.
Including sticking the landing.
Exactly. And he went on to win 2 gold medals.
Incredible.
It wasn't just about picturing the moves. He visualized the crowd, the feeling of the medal.
Those sensory details are so important.
They make it real for your brain.
Absolutely. And speaking of making things feel real, Canfield also talks about acting as if you've already achieved your goal.
I've always struggled with that fake it till you make it idea.
Yeah, I get that. It can feel inauthentic.
But Canfield says it's not about being disingenuous.
Right.
It's about shifting your energy and mindset.
Remember that story about the group of friends who threw a party?
Wait, I think I've heard this one. They all acted as if their dreams had already come true.
Exactly. And one of them even hired someone to call him during the party to keep up the facade.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It's hilarious.
It's funny, but it illustrates a good point. By acting as if you're not just fooling others,
Yeah.
you're actually starting to embody the qualities of the person you want to become.
So if I want to write a best-selling novel, I should start carrying around a notebook and dropping literary references in conversations.
Exactly. Start acting like a best-selling author.
Even before I've written a single word.
It's about aligning your actions with your aspirations.
I can see how that can be a catalyst for growth.
It definitely pushes you outside of your comfort zone.
But even with visualization and acting as if, we still need to take action.
Absolutely. Canfield is very clear about that.
He says this is where a lot of people get tripped up.
It's easy to get stuck in the planning and dreaming phase.
Right.
But without action, nothing happens.
He uses that great analogy with the $100 bill.
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
He asks who wants it. Everyone raises their hand.
But he doesn't just give it away.
Yep. He waits until someone actually gets up and takes it.
It's a powerful reminder that we have to claim what we want in life.
The universe rewards action.
I love that saying.
We can have all the ideas in the world, but if we don't take that first step, nothing happens.
Canfield shares so many stories of people who took massive action even when they didn't have all the answers.
Like Ruben Gonzalez, the Olympic luger.
Oh, yes. He picked his sport based on how many people quit because of the risk.
He figured if he could just outlast the competition, he'd have a shot.
And he did. It's about having that drive and willingness to go after what you want.
Even when it seems impossible.
And sometimes taking action means asking for what you want.
That's another one of Canfield's principles, the power of asking.
Whether it's for feedback, help, or resources.
I love the story about Chad Pregrach, who had this vision to clean up the Mississippi River.
He had no experience, no funding, but he wasn't afraid to ask for help.
And he ended up receiving a grant to launch his project.
That's the power of asking.
It reminds me of that time at my company when we were brainstorming ideas for our team building day.
Okay.
And I just blurted out, what do we have to do to earn a trip to an island?
What happened?
Everyone went silent. Then our managing director actually laid out a target.
Wow.
We rallied and exceeded it. It was a powerful lesson in how a simple ask can open up possibilities.
Sometimes we limit ourselves by not even asking.
Well, that's the worst that could happen.
We get a no.
Exactly. And even then, Canfield says, just say next.
Next.
Don't give up, even in the face of rejection.
He and his co-author were rejected over 130 times when they were trying to get their first book published.
130 rejections.
Most people would have given up.
But they persisted. They kept saying next, and eventually they found a publisher.
And that book became a global phenomenon.
It's a testament to the power of perseverance.
It really is. Success is often a marathon, not a sprint.
And to run that marathon effectively, Canfield talks about the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Your social circle has a massive impact on your success.
He even says that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
That's a powerful thought.
So if you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it's going to be harder to break free.
Absolutely.
So if I want to be a successful entrepreneur, I should start hanging out with other entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Seek out those who are already living the life you want.
Canfield uses the example of John DeMartini, who spent time with successful men in a sauna.
A sauna mastermind group.
You work for him.
It's about learning from those who are ahead of you.
Canfield also suggests identifying the energy vampires in your life.
The people who drain you.
And limiting your time with them.
It's about protecting your energy.
And making space for those who uplift and inspire you.
Exactly. It's like creating a greenhouse for your dreams to flourish.
It's amazing how these principles build on each other, creating this upward spiral of success. But it's not just about external goals, is it?
No, not at all. Canfield talks a lot about the importance of inner work, transforming your mindset and beliefs.
That's so important. That inner game.
It's the foundation for everything.
One of the things that really stood out to me was this idea of turning your inner critic into an inner coach.
Oh, yeah. The inner critic. We all have that voice.
Mine's pretty loud.
Oh.
Actually, it has a whole stand-up routine dedicated to my failures.
But how do we turn that negative voice into something more supportive?
Right. That's the question.
Canfield says it starts with awareness. Noticing those negative thought patterns.
He calls them ANTs.
Automatic negative thoughts.
ANTs.
Once you recognize them, you can start to challenge them and reframe them.
Okay. So instead of beating myself up for missing a deadline, my inner coach would say, okay, what can we learn from this? How can we manage our time better next time?
Exactly. It's about shifting from self-criticism to self-correction.
I like that self-correction.
And Canfield also emphasizes the importance of celebrating our successes.
Even the small ones.
Yes, both big and small. He even recommends doing a mirror exercise.
Where you look at yourself in the mirror and acknowledge your accomplishments.
Have you ever tried that?
I have. It feels a little silly at first, but it actually works.
It's about giving yourself credit where it's due.
And speaking of acknowledging things, Canfield also talks about cleaning up your incompletes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This one hits close to home. I'm the queen of unfinished projects.
But why is clearing those incompletes so important for success?
Right. Why does it matter?
Well, think of it this way. Each incomplete is like an open loop in your mind.
Taking up space.
Exactly, taking up mental and emotional energy.
So by closing those loops,
you free up that energy to focus on what truly matters.
Whether it's finishing a task, making a decision, or even forgiving someone.
It's about creating a sense of clarity and spaciousness.
Canfield gives a whole list of common incompletes.
From unfinished business to unkept promises.
To that junk drawer we all have.
It's like a physical manifestation of those open loops.
Clearing those out can really make a difference.
It can. It's about creating space for new possibilities.
And that space can be helpful when it comes to relationships and communication.
Which is another area Canfield dives into.
He talks about the importance of heart talks.
Creating a safe space for open and honest communication.
It's about really listening to understand the other person's perspective.
Not just waiting for your turn to speak.
It's about going deeper than just surface-level chit-chat.
Canfield even provides a step-by-step guide for conducting these heart talks.
Which can be super helpful for improving relationships.
Both personally and professionally.
And then there's feedback. Giving and receiving it effectively.
Feedback. Essential for growth.
Canfield says that feedback, even negative feedback, is simply information.
It's an opportunity to learn and adjust.
He also talks about the importance of speaking with impeccability.
Choosing our words carefully.
Being mindful of the impact our words have.
It's about aligning our words with our actions and living with integrity.
Which brings us back to this idea of being a class act.
It's about more than just achievements.
It's about the kind of person you are.
How you treat others. How you contribute to the world.
It's about living a life of purpose and meaning. It's amazing how all these principles work together. You know, it's like they create this upward spiral of success.
Yeah.
But it's not just about, external achievements, right?
Right. It's about the inner journey as well.
Exactly. Canfield talks about the importance of personal growth. And one of the things he focuses on is transforming your mindset.
Yeah, your beliefs, that's the foundation for everything.
He has this idea of turning your inner critic into an inner coach.
Oh, the inner critic. We all have that voice.
Mine is so loud. It's like a whole chorus of negativity sometimes.
But how do we silence that chorus and turn it into something more supportive?
Yeah. How do we actually make that shift?
Canfield says it starts with awareness. Becoming aware of those negative thought patterns.
He calls them ANTs, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ANTs, automatic negative thoughts. Once you become aware of them, you can start to challenge them.
So instead of beating myself up for not finishing a project on time, my inner coach would say, okay, what can we learn from this? How can we improve our process?
Exactly. It's about shifting from self-criticism to self-correction.
I like that. A lot less harsh.
And Canfield also talks about the importance of celebrating our successes.
Even the small wins.
Yes, both big and small.
He also talks about speaking with impeccability.
Choosing our words carefully.
Being mindful of the impact they have on ourselves and others.
It's about aligning our words with our actions.
And living with integrity.
Which ultimately leads to becoming a class act.
It's about more than just achieving external success.
It's about the kind of person you are.
How you treat others. How you contribute to the world.
It's about living a life of purpose and meaning.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the success principles.
We have.
From taking responsibility to embracing failure, from visualization to acting as if.
From cleaning up our incompletes to communicating with integrity.
Jack Canfield really provides a comprehensive roadmap for success.
It's a roadmap anyone can follow.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want you to consider this. What's one small step you can take today?
Inspired by these success principles,
to start creating the life of your dreams.
Maybe it's finally having that heart talk.
Or maybe it's just cleaning out that junk drawer.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
And remember, the journey is where the magic happens.
It's in the process of learning and growing that we unlock our true potential.
So stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop believing in your ability to create a life you love.